Rider Radio, episode 163. It is September 10th. All right, so we're safe. It's September 10th. That's good. I got a message earlier today that freaked me out. It was about how the Atlanta Falcons have a quarterback. Their quarterback is a black guy who's left-handed, who was taken in the first round, whose last name is one letter away from being hilarious. Penix is funny. My wife just found out there's a guy named Penix. She's like, seriously? So she thinks it's funny. But he's one letter off. And then they had Vic. That was one letter off. We didn't think of it because Vic seemed more like a last name than Penix does. But the message I received, it's like a meme type of deal. It's a picture of Mike Vick right next to Penix Jr. Like, it's 2001 all over again. I'm like, that's great. That's hilarious. 2001 is fun. Till tomorrow. Wasn't super fun tomorrow in 01. Because today is September 10th. So I didn't need that reminder. That's all I'm doing with that. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying. You made me think of 2001. Then I looked at the date. I was like, oh, well, that's not cool. It's not cool at all. All right. It's Rider Radio. What's going on? Speaking of going into the past, the other thing that I have on my screen, I get sentimental about old things, you know? Not September 11th. That's not, I don't get sentimental about that. But when I have a thing pop up on my screen where it's like, you know, the top 40 songs from this particular week in 1982, I get stuck on it and I dwell on it. And today, the thing that popped up is the first round of the 1995 NFL draft. Things that stand out. 1, the Bills drafted my friend Reuben Brown. 2, the Buccaneers drafted 2 guys who went to the Hall of Fame in the first round. 2 dudes, same round. It's not crazy that they won a Super Bowl with Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp. Not in that order. Sapp went 12th. Brooks went 28th. Part of me wants to just read this entire list of players that were drafted in the first round of 1995 and talk about each of them. And then part of me thinks I shouldn't do that, but that part loses to the part of me that wants to do that. So, yes, today's show on September 10th, 2025, is going to briefly talk about the NFL draft from 30 years and several months ago. Okay? First overall, Bengals take Kajana Carter out of Penn State. That didn't work out because of injury. He still would have gone very high if you took this list and redrafted. He'd still go super high. But it didn't work out because of injury. Tony Baselli went second. He's in the Hall of Fame. Offensive tackle to Jacksonville. Steve McNair is dead. He went third to Houston. He was fun. He was a fun player to have in the league. Michael Westbrook, not super fun. Kind of a pain and kind of the guy that, man, you wouldn't want to take him 4th overall. You wouldn't hate having him on your team, but I don't think you want him 4th. Number 5, Kerry Collins. Longtime quarterback. Good, never great the entire time for his career. But, you could do worse. You could do worse than Kerry Collins as your quarterback. St. Louis took Kevin Carter, defensive end, next. He had a decent career. Stuck around for a while. Nowhere close to a Hall of Fame type of player, but he was a good defensive lineman. Mike Mamula, local kid. Lackawanna, went 7th overall. He was, of course, a combine champ. That was the first time that I remember hearing about people training, or a guy training specifically to hit goals at a combine. And it worked. And he's a workout warrior. That term has been thrown around a lot. Amamula. He didn't have a nothing career, but he wasn't a 7th overall pick type of guy. Joey Galloway went next to Seattle. Ohio State wide receiver. He was good. Kyle Brady was a decent tight end for the Jets, and then I want to say Jaguars after that. J.J. Stokes, I remember him at UCLA. He went 10th. Wide receiver, went to the Niners. Derek Alexander, defensive end, Minnesota. Don't remember him. I mean, the name seems familiar, but then when I saw defensive end, I'm like, I don't know about that. 12th is Warren Sapp to Tampa. Good pick. New Orleans took Mark Fields, linebacker. Kind of, sort of remember him. 14th, Buffalo Bills. Out of Pitt. Reuben Brown, my man. Love Reuben. Reuben came to my wedding. I like that guy. Ellis Johnson, defensive tackle to Indy. Hugh Douglas, defensive end to the Jets. Tyrone Wheatley to the Giants. Oakland took Napoleon Kaufman. He's a preacher now, I think. If I look him up, he's probably got his own church or something. I'm going to look him up. I'm interested in him. He was so fast. Navy. Disgusting injury to his knee during his career. That was probably the end of it. Napoleon Kaufman, Wikipedia. Let's see who we got. Nip? Call him Nip? I never called him Nip. These people are all a year older than me. He was born in 1973. First round, 18th overall. From Kansas City. Early life, personal life, and coaching. Let's go to that. During the latter part of his career, he was the Raiders' chaplain. Baptized several teammates in the whirlpool at the team's practice facility. There's a sentence. I've never read those words together. That's new, right? Isn't that new to you? Baptized several teammates in the whirlpool at the team's practice facility. I would never think to put those words in one sentence together. Retired at the end of the 2000 season to pursue a career as a Christian minister. There we go. Today he's a senior pastor at the Well Christian Community Church in Livermore, California, a church he founded with about 15 families in 2003. As of 2025, the church has over 1,000 regular worshipers. He has 3 sons, 1 daughter, has been married to Nicole since September 96. How about that? And he coaches junior football, too. All right, let's hear it for Napoleon Kaufman. Where'd that list go? Did I get rid of it? No, here it is. All right, Kaufman went 18th. 19th, James Stewart, running back, Jacksonville. Yep. Detroit, Luther Ellis, defensive tackle. Yep. Chicago, Rashawn Salam, running back. Wait, isn't he Penn State too? No, he's Colorado. What's Rashawn Salam? I'll look him up now. Rashawn Salam, Colorado. Okay, we're good. Oh, he's dead. Rashawn Salam is dead? Ah, come on, man. Died in 2016. Found dead in a city park in Boulder, Colorado. An autopsy was performed because authorities found a note near the body and were investigating it as a possible suicide. Several weeks later, it was confirmed the manner of death was suicide. Gunshot wound to the head. His BAC was reportedly 3 times the legal driving limit, and he had THC in his system. His family did not consent to neuropathological tests that would have revealed whether he previously had CTE. They declined to have his brain tested to determine whether the depression had been linked to injuries from his days as a player. I didn't know that. That's sad. 3 years with the Bears, 1 year with the Browns. He only played 2 games in his year with the Browns. So it was a 4-year career for Rashawn Salam, who died 9 years ago. Huh. Okay. Moving on. We move on. We'll get on. We were fine without Rashawn Salam in our lives 3 minutes ago, and we'll be fine moving forward. I just didn't expect that sad turn of events. Tyrone Poole, I'm not going to Google him. I don't know about any of these guys. I don't want to Google people. Oh, there's another dead one coming. All right. Carolina took Tyrone Poole, 22nd overall. 23rd pick, Ty Law. He was annoying as a member of the New England Patriots forever and a member of the Hall of Fame now, also forever. Corey Stringer went 24th. Minnesota tackle. He died, too. He died. That was a football-related death. He was, overheated on a football field. I'm going to look him up, too. Corey Stringer. There he is. There's his big, dumb face. He was Ohio State, right? Yep. Played for the Buckeyes, All-American, first round, died from complications brought on by heat stroke during Vikings camp in Mankato, Minnesota. Mankato. August 1st, 2001. That's sad. All right. I wasn't trying to bring us down. I didn't know Rashawn Salam killed himself in a city park in Boulder, Colorado. I did know about Corey Stringer. All right. Billy Milner, tackle Miami. Don't remember him. That's good. Miami's been crap since about 1995. So that makes sense. Devin Bush, defensive back to Atlanta. Pittsburgh took Mark Bruner, tight end. Just one of the string of the exact same guy that Pittsburgh has had since I was a little kid at tight end. They still have him in Freiermuth, probably. Right? I think he's still there. 28th was Tampa taking Derek Brooks, Hall of Fame. Good. Carolina, Blake Brockermeyer. And I don't remember these other guys. Craig Powell to Cleveland. Trezell Jenkins to the Chiefs. And the Packers took defensive back Craig Newsome. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a punter. Craig Newsome. I remember that name. He's a DB. Did you turn on Writer Radio today on September 10th, 2025 to hear who got drafted in the first round of the NFL draft in 1995? Probably not. You probably didn't. That wasn't your goal. It wasn't my plan. But I get distracted by shiny things. That was a shiny thing right in front of me that I could not resist. Jon Fuller is going to be on the show today. He's our senior Philly correspondent. I think we'll probably talk about our victory last night in trivia. We played trivia Tuesday nights, and we won last night. Our team was me, John, Dan Cave, and two of my sons, Zach and Nate. And everyone contributed to our victory, where we had more than 1,000 points. And walked away with a $30 gift card for next week. So next week's going to be fun. I mean, we won't do anything differently. We'll just drink pitchers of beer and eat popcorn. And it'll cost us whatever 3 pitchers of beer costs. That's how much we'll spend. It's pretty good. Kids drink pop. Waitresses hook them up. It's pretty good. All right. Let's read the chat so far. Jay Miller says, senior modified / high school football correspondent signing in. All right. It's good to know. Good to have a role. Haven't used you for that yet. Mostly you just comment in the chat, but that's fine. Ben says, after listening to yesterday's show this morning, I can only say that I am 100% in support of a special ghost tour / haunted house episode. Don't tell me Akron isn't haunted AF. There's also a Buffalo ghost tour going on. Maybe pair it with a candy corn eating challenge. Then we got a link to Rolling Hills Asylum. I don't know what that is. Just outside of Batavia. Creepy. About 20 minutes from my house. All right. I'll look it up. Let's see what Rolling... I don't know how this started. I do not intend to do anything haunted. Attend anything haunted. I don't want to do that. I don't like the looks of this building. Already. Rate our haunt. NewYorkHauntedHouses.com. What? All right. Preserve history. Repair Rolling Hills Asylum. They're trying to raise $52,000. It's in Bethany. I recognize Bethany it's on Route 20 somewhere, or you can get to it from Route 20. Because I used to go through Bethany on the way to Geneseo. Or maybe it's on 77, but I think, No, Alexander is on 20. Bethany's on 77. Anyway, Rolling Hills Asylum in Bethany Center, New York, is a place that you can donate money and also get... I'm creeped out looking at the video. What is this? 30-second spot. Let's see what this is.
Rolling Hills Asylum in East Bethany is a truly haunted asylum with real ghosts, disembodied voices, shadow people, phantom footsteps, and more. Do you dare roam the haunted halls in search of spirits? Grab your friends and come for a ghost hunt. October has weeknight, weekend, daytime, and dead time options available. Age restrictions apply. For tickets, go to RollingHillsAsylum.com before they sell out.
The place is RollingHillsAsylum.com. That place is creepy. It's super creepy. It's shaped like a creepy building. Rolling Hills Asylum. What the hell? If you go October 5th, they have vendors. They have a psychic medium, paintings, sweet art, AJ's woodworking, and rosin art, plus tarot readers, metaphysical items, candles, collectibles, jewelry, and more. Gym, smoke, and barbecue. Why would a barbecue place want to be associated with a haunted house? I don't know. Vendor fair, and they're all dressed as ghosts. I don't like this. Shopping with the spirits is the event. Ugh. Western New York mobile haunted house. That can't be real. That's just a truck. The tattoo bus. Hearse show. There's a hearse show. Sweet release equestrian. They misspelled equestrian, but that's fine. Equestrian Center in support of Interscholastic Equestrian Association team, also known as IE. IE. White Whiskers Senior Dog Sanctuary provides a home for unwanted senior dogs. $10 mini guided tours of the asylum. Fee goes directly to preservation of the asylum. This is at 11,001. But that's even a creepy address. Of course your place is haunted. 11,001 Bethany Center Road, Rolling Hills Asylum. Historical property that's authentically haunted, it says. What is authentically haunted? How do you get authenticated? Who does that? PSA, the same ones that do my Gretzky cards? You just send your asylum away in the mail, and then they give it back to you? Authenticating the haunting of your place? I'm not going there. They're showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've never seen it. They misspelled experience. $99. Rocky Horror Picture Show. When is this? Is this? You should put the date. October 12th. All right. October 12th from 6 p.m. till midnight. $99 a person. It's the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The evening includes the movie, live shadow cast, whatever that is, complimentary prop bag for audience participation. They throw toast, they use squirt guns. It's the original Minecraft. Catered dinner / taco bar. Rocky Horror themed costume party with prizes. Self-guided ghost hunt. That's $100 to go to Rolling Hills Asylum on the 12th of October. I don't know. The building itself is the hauntedest building I've ever seen. The shape of it, it's like in a V, but you're looking down a V, all right? So it's coming at you on the right and on the left, but you're looking at it's scary looking. If you didn't tell me this was haunted, you didn't tell me it was an asylum, I would think that building's creepy as hell. And here we are. It's expensive to go there. What is this? You can do a tour for $599. A 5-hour midweek quarantined hunt. Costs $500. A guided flashlight tour is $39. I would go with that one over there. And then the next one's $1,500. I don't know what's going on with this place. Seems scary. I'm not going. We're not doing the show from there. They're not going to be a sponsor. I would decline. If Rolling Hills Asylum came in with a ton of money and said, hey, Brad, I would like you to do Writer Radio live from Rolling Hills Asylum at 11,001 Bethany Center Road in East Bethany, New York, I would say no to all of it. No. All right. Questions? Comments? Do not bother with Rolling Hills, says the Duke of Williamsville. The only ghost hunt thing I ever did was with the Duke of Williamsville. We went to the place in Lovejoy, and we didn't find any ghosts. It was a little creepy. It was like mildly creepy. He loves creepy. I don't love creepy. I don't want to do this. Arbo says, I'm here. I was late again. You don't have to announce that you were late. It's fine, dude. The only person who has to apologize for being late to this show is me. And it's happened, I don't know, probably 3 times. Once because of sleeping and twice because of technology not working. But it's my show, so I have to be here. It's episode 163. 160 of them have gone off fine. 3 of them I was late. How does a place get haunted? The owner says so. Probably. That's probably right. I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't believe in haunted houses or don't believe in ghosts or but I'm not big on it. I don't study it. Duke, do you want to talk about this? If you do, just call me. Just call my regular line, and if I see your name pop up, I'll just plug it in and answer, and we'll talk about how a place gets haunted and what places are good haunted places and what places are bad haunted places. I don't speak this language, dude. Arbo says, I agree. Live ghost hunt. Make bets on who would tap out first. Paul, Brad, or Scott. Brad. It's me. I'm out. No. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all. I'm just here to do the show. No ghosts. No haunted things. None of it. Please. All right. Jon Fuller's coming on now. Oh, I got to play a song then. All right. Hang on. I'm going to play a song so we can get to Jon Fuller, and then we'll do that. Jon Fuller likes cake. I played Sick of You last time he was coming. I played a long time. All right. More cake. Cake. Quick cake. Cake. Then Jon Fuller. It's Writer Radio, episode 163. We're not haunted. We're just hanging out.
Let's check in with Writer Radio's senior Philly correspondent, Jon Fuller.
Yeah, we're going to do that right now. Here's Jon Fuller. What's up, Jon Fuller?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Doing great.
It's good. I don't have a massive plan for you today. I started the show just reading out loud the first-round draft picks from the 1995 NFL draft because that showed up on my screen, and I like shiny things. And you know how we are with like trivia type of stuff, so I just went through that whole thing. And then the next thing I knew, it was 10:33, and I hadn't called you yet. So here we are. I don't have a massive plan. I don't know that you have a massive plan, but I just like hanging out with you. So that's what we're doing on the show. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I thought I tuned in a little late to your show, but I did tune in time to hear Mike Mamula's name.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
A lot of ties. There's our Philly correspondent coming through. Local kid, Lackawanna, went to the Eagles, and he was not terrible. He just wasn't worthy of a 7th overall pick.
Especially when they drafted him over Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Because there was all that. Because Warren, there was
weed.
Weed, exactly. There was a little weed issue there back when it was frowned upon a little more, I guess. And so they decided to go with Mike Mamula. Fine, he was fine, but probably fine. But
Sapp would have been better. How about the Bucks though? The Bucks that first round of '95 also drafted Derek Brooks. They got 2 picks in that round, and they got Sapp and Brooks. They're both in the Hall of Fame, rightfully so. They were both awesome. And you got Mike Mamula. We got Reuben Brown. I'm very happy with Reuben Brown. That shaped my life a little bit. Like he was at my wedding. You know, like I like that guy. I like that guy a lot. I haven't talked to him. Well, no, actually, I talked to him. I don't know, a month ago or so. At some point we'll get him on the show and stuff. But that was pretty good. Hey, I don't usually brag about how things went at trivia, but last night I thought was one of our stronger performances of all time. It's you and me and Dan Cave and my sons, Zach and Nate, and everyone contributed to a first-place finish in trivia last night. I think I would like to gloat about that a little bit.
Yeah, I went home and said the same thing. It was really it was everybody contributed, and I think we only got maybe 3 questions wrong the whole night. One of them, of course, being a sports question that we overthought, which we always do.
Of course.
But yeah, it was great, and it was just it was an exciting night, and the best part was, like you said, that Nate and Zach were there, and they come a lot, and then most of the times they just kind of sit there and don't really know a lot of the answers as they shouldn't at their age,
right.
But they knew we had a math question, and we had and it was a triangle geometry question that Zach got.
Yeah.
And there was a question that Nate got about mythology that I did not know. So I'm kind of glad he was there.
Yep.
I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if Dan knew that. But
no, I
legit did not know that.
No, I think I would have guessed. I would have guessed what Nate said. Like that would have been my guess. But but he was just like, no, it's D. It's definitely D. Like, okay, all right, Nate. They're an 11-year-old. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
And that worked. Yeah. So I was real impressed because what happens with them more often than not, it's like an answer that you and I know immediately, and then we'll say, all right, guys, what do you think? And then they'll guess, and then we'll be like, no, and we'll pick the real answer. But this was, I don't know, and Nate going, I got it, and the other one was, I don't know, and Zach got it. So that was It was fun, man. And we got $30 for next week, which is, I don't know, like a pitcher and a half of beer. So that's pretty good.
Right. Do you want to ask your audience what the final you have the final question to see if they would know the
Go ahead.
answer?
Go ahead. Throw it out there.
Yeah. So the final question, which is doubles all your points. If you get it wrong, you lose all the points. But it's usually, the factors into who wins wins the whole night.
Right.
Was which 4-letter word, when spelled in all caps, is the same if you turn it upside down? Am I saying it right? I think.
Well, you forgot left to right. So it's the same left to right, right to left, and upside down. 4-letter word written in all caps, left to right, right to left, upside down, same thing. And I guess I participated in it because what we started doing was picking letters that would be the same if you did it that way. And so you got your H, your I, your O, N, whatever. So that's what it was. And at the end, John, I want you to remember this when I'm saying goodbye to you. I want you to remember that we have to reveal the answer. But what 4-letter word? That's a good trivia question. You can play along at home. 4-letter word, all capitals, written left. You read it the same, left to right, right to left, and upside down. And we got it right, and that's why we won. But we also got a bunch of other. What was I had a good one yesterday.
You had a couple. There was a picture of
a rock star,
a classic rocker,
Graham Nash.
It's kind of hard to explain without people seeing the picture. So yes, it was Graham Nash. It was very good. And then the other question was a write-in about a sports figure, only NBA player to ever average
triple-double.
Exactly. It was 20. It was like 20 points.
No, it's 30.8 or something.
30 points. Correct. 30 points. Right.
And rebounds and assists. And I said, I think that's Oscar Robertson. And it was Oscar Robertson. Yeah, we had what a fun night that was. That was really cool.
It really was.
We pulled out all of our smart answers. I already talked to you about the Eagles. So they haven't played since we had you on last week. They played in the opener. What's going on with them? Anything?
Well, Jalen Carter did not get any further suspension. So from Spitgate, so he will be playing Sunday against the Chiefs. So big game for the Bills. Big game for the Bills on Sunday.
Yeah, bury those jerks, will you?
Yeah, hopefully send the Chiefs to 0-2, which would be good. A real Super Bowl rematch. I would like to talk a little baseball. If you don't mind
I love baseball.
Phillies because
Major League. I usually talk about Little League baseball. We can do majors.
Let's do majors.
We'll do adults.
Because Kyle Schwarber hit number 50 last night, 50 home runs.
Awesome.
And I went back to look at the list of all-time 50 home run hitters, and I was surprised at how short it is. Like, you don't realize how, like, you play 162 games, you don't think it's that hard to get to 50.
No,
but
50 seems reasonable. It doesn't seem crazy to me.
Yeah, but do you know how many different players have hit 50 home runs?
I would guess 30.
34.
Okay.
Yeah, but which is such a small number.
Oh, it's very small. It's very small.
Baseball for 150 years almost, and it's only 34 players have done it.
Did Ryan Howard do it?
Ryan Howard's the only other Philly to ever do it.
Okay.
58, I think.
Okay.
His MVP season, he had 58, which is crazy to think too about. I mean, Mike Schmidt, obviously in the 500 home run club, you would think he would have done it. He never did it. The only two Phillies have ever done it: Ryan Howard and now Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah. You know what? I just want to say, you said last night, you said it, that it had happened, and it didn't impress me the way that it should have. But thinking about it, growing up, a lot of guys hit, 45, 48, 46, but 50 is a thing. That's a thing.
I remember Cecil Fielder did it back-to-back years maybe in Detroit, and that was a huge deal. And he even he hit 50 maybe like in 89 or 90, and he had been the first to do it in a while, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
There are 3 players. Here's the trivia question for you.
All right, let's go.
There are 3 players that did it 4 times. That's the most. The most one player has done is hit 50 home runs in 4 separate seasons. There are 3 players that did it.
Babe Ruth.
That is one.
Hank Aaron?
No.
Willie Mays?
Nope.
Judge?
No, he's at 3 and he's at 44 this year, so he could do it this year. He could join the 4-time club.
Okay. Sosa.
There you go. Sosa and
McGuire?
Yes.
Not Bonds?
How about this? I was shocked. Barry Bonds only did it once, and it was a 73 home run.
Really?
It's the only time he ever did it. How about that? And he's the all-time home run leader, and he only ever did it once.
All right, let's talk for a minute about the fact that guy is the best ever user of performance-enhancing drugs. Like the focus that he had. He watched as McGuire and Sosa got all the attention in '98 and was like, you know what? I could do that. I'm better than both of you by a lot. And I'm going to cheat now, too. I'm only going to do it for a year. I mean, I'm going to build up to it. But for 1 year, I'm going to show you what it looks like if you take me and cheat instead of McGuire, who's nothing, and cheat. Or Sosa, who's pretty good, and cheat. I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do it for 1 year. I'm never going to the Hall of Fame because of this, which sucks. But he nailed it. He's the most impressive player in our lifetimes. Just unbelievable what he was able to do when he focused.
5-tool player, and then he just decided
6 when he cheats. Yeah, 6 tools.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And,
or 7 if you got the cream and the clear as 2 separate. I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's crazy that it's how elusive that 50 home runs has been.
Yeah. All right. What have we? Because I don't have a lot of Philly stuff to talk about with you today. I just wanted to have you on the show because I like talking to you. What else? What else should we focus on here? I mean, obviously UB is fun. It feels like they've won twice. They're 1-1, but they're going to be 2-1 as we're heading to Kent State this weekend. I don't know. Just in general, how you feeling about this team and this season? As we're 2 games in and heading into a presumed win at Kent State.
Yeah, I think they're exactly where I thought they would be. I mean, they had to have played a perfect game at Minnesota to win, and they still only were down 3 in the fourth quarter. But, at the end of the day, you play those games, and if things don't really bounce your way in, the whole game, it's rare that you win those. But they were in the game. They just got towards the end, just kind of got beat down by just a bigger, deeper team. Come home, play St. Francis, and blow them out without ever having to show anything. I think that was the best thing about them. They won 45-6. They just ran the ball up the middle pretty much the whole time. And really, there were no trick plays. There was nothing I hadn't seen before. It was nothing, there were no surprise formations or anything.
Yeah, no ideas. They didn't use any of their ideas.
No, which is great, and I'm hoping that can be the case again this week. I think Kent State has struggled these last few years, but it should be a win. But I mean, they still have. It's a MAC game. There's a little bit of there is a rivalry there. Kent State's going to come to play. It's on the road. I mean, I think UB they should win pretty easily, but you never know what can happen in those games.
Sure.
But hopefully, in saying that, I'm hoping that they can just kind of not have to show anything again,
right,
for this game and win this game, and then they're 2-1, and then they come home
for 3 in a row,
and then a bye week. So they play. I want to say they play this week on the road. I think the next road game is on October 18th.
We don't get on a plane for a month and a half. I mean, that's crazy.
I know. So I was looking at the schedule. They played a road game in August, 1 road game in September, and 1 road game in October.
That's
have 2 in November.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's so crazy. Yeah. Like just thinking about, I mean, you've got it worse than I do, but like thinking about the travel schedule and dealing with just our home lives. It's like, I'm kind of gone in the fall, and not really this year. This year, it's like I don't have to. We're taking a van or an SUV. We're driving to Kent State. That's nothing.
Yes.
I don't have to go out of town. Then we're home against Troy, home against UConn, home against Eastern. Go to UMass. That's a real trip. That's a Saturday, so we'll go on a Friday there. Home against Akron. At Bowling Green, we'll drive there. That's a bus thing. That will be 2 days, but it's a bus. We're at Central Michigan. That one takes forever to get. That one sucks. But that's it. And then 2 home games against Miami and Ohio. That's the whole thing until we go to Detroit for the championship game and wherever we go for a bowl game. But I think all those things. I think 5 trips is going to turn into 7 but 2 of them are kind of fake trips. This is easy. This is like a cakewalk, and we got a good team. I don't know. I feel awesome about this whole thing. And yes, some of it's clouded, but my football life is dictated by how good the Bulls are and how good the Bills are. And I think both of them being in a really good spot this year is going to make me have a fun fall.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, what a weekend. I mean, obviously UB wins easily, and then that Bills game on Sunday night was just incredible. And it's a lot of fun when everybody's winning in town. So hopefully
it is cool.
All right, keep it going.
All right. I had this written down to talk about to start my show, and I didn't do it, but I would like to ask you about it.
Sure.
I came to trivia last night with a new look. I had a new look to myself, and you didn't even notice. But I felt a little uncomfortable. I just wanted to try it out and see how it went. I went back to goatee. The goatee is a fixture from the 1990s, like college, maybe high school, but definitely college and beyond. That was the look, because especially when you got a fat face like mine, you want a little hair on the chin to cover up the double chin a little bit. Here in 2025, most people are more likely to go full beard. I don't like that stuff all over my face. So I decided to shave it down to goatee yesterday. I gave myself a haircut. Drew actually helped me because I can't see the back of my head. I cut my own hair. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I mostly wear baseball hats anyway, so who gives a crap? But I had him help me. He got some things fixed in the back. And then I when it came to face, I went down to goatee. I would like to know your opinion on how it looked on me. Did it look like I'm, a 50-year-old trying to be 24? Or is it fine? Like, what are your thoughts on the goatee in general?
Well, I think the fact that I didn't even notice it says it all, right? I think it was fine, looked good. Like you have you wear a beard a lot sometimes anyway.
Yeah.
It didn't look out of place.
Okay.
Like if it looked bad, I would have been like, whoa.
What's going on with Brad
probably
here?
To myself, I don't think I would have said anything to you.
Yeah,
but I would have.
Please, in the future, if there's a problem, if there's something hanging out of my nose, I want you to say it. There's something in my eye, I want you. There's something on my face. Ate some broccoli, whatever it is. Like I want you to tell me, but nothing, right?
Honestly, I thought it looked good. Yeah. I didn't think twice about it.
My wife didn't even laugh at me. She didn't even. She's like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that's fine." Like she, whatever. She doesn't like looking at me anyway. But but it was not like, "Oh my God, you look like a nerd." Like, what are you trying to be here? She didn't do it. You going to see Pearl Jam today? Like, she didn't do that. Kurt Cobain's dead, buddy. Shave. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to stick with it.
You think goatees are 90s?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I think. I think like that is.
Do people not wear goatees anymore?
I don't think they do. No, I don't think they. In general, I don't think they do. This was a radical move by me. That seemed less radical when I showed up at the bar last night for trivia, and you didn't make fun of me. So I don't know.
Yeah, right. I think it's great.
All right,
keep it going.
All right,
maybe bring it back.
We'll see.
Start a whole movement.
Maybe
goatee movement.
Maybe this is what I will look like when I attempt to eat a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Are you cool with stopping at Krispy Kreme when we hit Erie on Saturday morning?
Yes.
You're good with it, right?
But are you going to be able to complete this?
I don't know.
We're going to, we'll see.
I'm
very excited for it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I haven't walked around bragging, I'm going to eat all these pistachios. I haven't walked around bragging, I'm going to eat all these donuts. This is just a conversation that Scott and I had where many of the things that were discussed seemed super unrealistic, and some of them seemed like something I might be able to do. So this is not me saying in your face, Krispy Kreme, I can handle. I want to try it. I want to see. So it's not. It's a challenge, but it's not like I'm talking trash. I'm curious too. I'm curious about the outcome. So I don't know. I don't think I should be made fun of for failing at a thing that I didn't brag that I could do, like the pistachio thing. It seemed the overall point on the pistachios was that it takes longer to shell them than it does to eat them, and that's correct. So I don't know. You seem you're very judgmental on my failure with the pistachios, and if I fail with the donuts, I don't. Again, I'm not saying I can do it. I'm saying let's find out. I'm as interested as you are. So I don't know. That's kind of where I am. Don't make fun of me.
I'm not going to make fun. But I would just say maybe instead of saying you can eat 12, let's just see how how about you put something in the chat and ask your listeners, how many do you think Brad can eat?
What's a success? What's a failure? Yeah.
Right.
In the chat yesterday, it was determined that 12 donuts, 12 minutes makes way more sense than 12 donuts, 8 minutes. What do you think of that?
Yes, 1 a minute. Pace yourself. Even though I think the first 2 you could eat in less than a minute.
The first 2 are for fun. It's 3 is a little bit of a chore, and then everything beyond I don't want to do. But I mean, if we just got a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme and they were warm,
right,
I would eat 2 of them in 3 minutes anyway. So I would just do that, just recreationally. That's what I want to do. It's a third one, I'm like, I shouldn't do this. And then 4, and then 5. And there's a stomach ache coming. There's a lot going on. It's been recommended that we do it on the way home instead of on the way there, so as not to ruin the game, the football game. I don't think I want to do that. I think 8 a.m. is about the right time to do this.
Yes.
Right. And if I'm in crippling pain and have to disappear from the broadcast for a while, I think that's just good radio. I don't know. I still think on the way there is the way to do it.
But I agree, because we have Bellacinos to eat on the way home.
Oh my God, so, the best.
Yeah. Yes. But again, you're already starting to talk yourself out of this. I'm a little concerned because you're like 2 is easy, and then 3 is a chore.
No, 2 is fun.
Do it after 4, and
2
then
is
you have to
fun.
eat 8 more.
I know. 2 is fun. You're misrepresenting what I said. 2 is recreationally fun. Like, if you ask me how many Krispy Kreme donuts, like right now, it's 10:59 on Wednesday morning. How many Krispy Kreme donuts would I like to eat immediately? And the answer is 2. I would like 2 Krispy Kreme donuts delivered to me right now, and I would inhale them in, 3 minutes, let's say. They'd be gone. They'd be perfect. It's after that, it becomes, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're talking about it. That's what the contest is. The first part is that's a toy. That's nothing. And then it's the other ones. So no one would say that I can't eat 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. No one would say that. 3, of course I can. 4 is starting to get stupid. Now we're into like crazy world once we get to 5. So I don't know. We'll be all right.
Well,
all right.
Here's my question for you though. So you need to, for this challenge, you need to buy a dozen donuts. Am I going to need to buy a donut for myself, or am I going to be able to eat just one of the 12 that you're not going to eat?
I think we have to get 2 dozen. I think we have to get 2 dozen donuts for the fan, so that I can have.
Are there going to be leftovers? Are they going to be leftovers?
I don't know. No, I've thought about this too. I think we have to stop at Krispy Kreme and get 2 dozen donuts, and go from there, because one of them is for me and the other one is for the rest of the car, and we're still going to have leftovers from that, because a dozen is too many. Is it going to be 4 of us in the car? Probably, right? 4,
yes.
unless Nate goes. Nate wants to go.
Right.
How about that? Nate came to trivia last night with a question for you, and it was, "Hey, Jon Fuller, can I go to Kent State?" Let's hear it for Nate caring and wanting to go to a football game at Dick Stadium in Kent. That's awesome.
Yes, it is great, and I hope we can make it happen. Just depends on the size of the vehicle.
Yes. We usually have a van, but currently we have an SUV booked, and 5 of us in an SUV, not ideal. 4 is good. We'll probably pull it off. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, so Nate might be along on this. He can be like the host of the radio part of it. What are you thinking as far as, because I'm not going to, well, maybe I'll go live. What do you think we should do from a writer radio perspective on the donut thing? Should we have like a random 20-minute break-in live segment from a van on the thruway? Or should we just record it and save it for the show on Monday or Tuesday?
I think you record, because I don't know. Are people listening on a Saturday morning? So it's like, just save it. I think you save it and then
record and save.
Record it. I think you record it.
All right, fair enough. Text or message came in on the chat. The problem wasn't that you failed the eating challenge. It's the fact that you ate only 2/3 of them and just gave up. I'm not mad.
2/3?
I'm not mad, Brad. Just disappointed. Look, no, it wasn't 2/3. I didn't even get to half.
No.
And I ran out of time. The contest was 5 minutes, right? And then we had 5 and 8 both as numbers. So once 8 minutes was gone, why am I going to sit and eat more pistachios? It was done. I had failed. So now I lost, and now I quit. What? I have to punish myself too? I don't think I did anything wrong there. I failed, but I don't think I did anything wrong by quitting after the time was up. Did I?
Uh,
Yeah. See,
that
you and your
one-
disappointment.
No, I just wanted to see you eat, have 300 pistachios, whatever that was.
338.
338. Yes.
I ate like 129.
Yeah, it was.
It was
really
it was sad. It was sad. It was sad.
But you can make up for all that on Saturday.
Yeah. I will say this: my digestive system has not been the same. I have not recovered from
Good or bad?
Bad.
With all the fiber.
Bad.
Oh, bad.
bad for the last 2 weeks. Things have been pretty irregular. Let's say I'm off my my game. The fiber got me. The fiber got me. So I just it's all been weird, and I'm not huge. In the chat it says gotta go live. Can't avoid spoilers all weekend. That's a point. That's
I have no
something.
problem going live if people are going to listen. I mean, you gotta. Yeah.
I don't even need people to listen. If one person listens, we've done our job.
All right.
And we'll have it.
Well, we can promote it the next couple of days. We have a couple of days to promote this.
We do. All right, that's cool. All right, well, let's stop, and I'll take a break. I'll play some music. Who do
Hold
you
on,
like
before
other
I
than?
go,
Uh
hold on
what?
one second.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. No, I don't have anything.
You can stay for the. You can stay till noon if you want, John. I'm
No. I just
trying to
wanna
let
know
you
if there
go.
was an answer to the question.
Oh, that's right. Somebody got it in the chat. But go ahead. Give the question again and then the answer.
The question was, what is the only word when spelled in all caps? And if you, I know how to.
Left to right, front to back, and upside down.
Upside down, right?
Same word.
It's the same.
Looks the
Same
same.
word.
You write it down.
Looks
It's
the
4
same,
letters
yes.
long. You write it in all caps. And then if you flip it over or go left to right or right to left, it's the same. And the answer is noon. Noon in capitals. Largemouth bass, whoever that is, in our chat, got it right.
Nice.
Congratulations
That's
to him. He got it. And honestly, I think he got it about as quickly as we did last night. You asked the question, you
Yeah.
posed it, and within a minute or so, he had the answer. And then J-Man said, good call, Bass, because he was right.
Well, maybe he can win some stale Krispy Kreme donuts for that'll be left over.
Or he can win insurance from Brian Janik, who is our first sponsor. How about that, John? We've got a sponsor
Oh.
for Writer Radio, Brian Janik from thefinancialguys.com. He the best part about Brian is that you don't pay him at all. You just book an appointment with him. You go in and meet with him, and he said specifically, like if you're about to turn 65, that's like his bread and butter is you're heading into Medicare land, and you, instead of having to navigate all of it yourself, you go to him and he will do it for free, and you don't have to pay him because the insurance companies pay him. Once you're in, he's attached to your name. You pay nothing. Medicare is free. And then he hooks you. So it's a perfect situation. Also, just a nice guy. He coaches basketball. He has coached baseball in the past. Just a good dude. I like him. He's massive. I like him because he makes me feel small. He's like 6'6", and probably, I don't know. I'm not trying to. He's got to be a 300-pound dude. He's a massive man who's just a super nice guy and will take care of you if you just reach out to him through the Financial Guys website, thefinancialguys.com. Brian Janik, insurance. Salesman's the wrong word. What's the word? Insurance consultant. There you go.
Yeah.
He hooks you up because there's no money involved. You're not in sales if there's no money. So everybody wants to talk to Brian Janik, especially if you're getting there or your parents are getting there or whatever. Brian Janik, thefinancialguys.com, our sponsor, our first ever sponsor on Writer Radio, and happy to have him. And we're getting more. There's more sponsors coming. So yeah, this
Way
is
to go, Brian.
yeah,
That's great.
Let's go, Brian. Let's go, Bills. Let's go, Bulls. Let's go, Jon Fuller. All right,
Let's go Krispy Kreme.
let's go, Krispy Kreme. We'll do it. Go live. I'll listen. Says J-Man. We've got enough people. The people that are in the chat will listen if we just go live. It's gonna be like 8 a.m. Because what are you thinking? What time are we leaving?
I'm gonna leave
6:30.
Leave here at 6. Pick up Peck and Hamburg around 6:20. So we'll be at 7:30. We'll be at Krispy Kreme.
Okay. All right. So 8-ish. 7:30 to 8. 7:30 to 8:30 is your window to pay attention. When I go live,
What if there are technical issues? What if we have technical issues? We're gonna have.
Well, if we have technical issues, we'll just record and not air it. We won't have issues with the donut. Like the Krispy Kreme will be open. It's on Peach Street. I know exactly where it is. We'll go there. We'll get the donuts. The hot
I
light
did look.
should
They
be
open
on.
at, I think, 7 a.m.
Yeah, they'll be fine. We'll be
So,
fine with that.
yeah.
So no issues with the donuts. We'll get there. We'll do it. I want to be on the throughway. I want to go there, get the food in the car, get on. Maybe we turn on the broadcast as we exit Krispy.
Yeah.
Maybe, oh, I got it. We pull into Krispy Kreme. Somebody goes in to get the donuts. I start the broadcast. So then we have a little bit of a pregame show, which is but I'm not eating till we're on the throughway. We're not starting the clock till then. You won't be on much because you'll be driving, I assume.
Yep.
But Scott can handle the hosting with Paul as the color guy, me as the eater. Nate might be a part of it if he goes. So I think we go in. Somebody goes in. I start the broadcast. They come back. Oh, here they are. Look, it's the donuts. Yay. And then we have to navigate Peach Street back to the 90. Once we're on the 90, I'm ready to go. We get a stopwatch. I'll bring a stopwatch. There's one. I got a stopwatch right in front of me. Yes.
Great.
Listen to that.
There it is.
We'll bring that. We'll be good. All right. Cool. Thanks, John.
All right, looking forward to it.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Brad.
We'll talk to you soon. It's Jon Fuller. He's our senior Philly correspondent, as you can tell, obviously, because of all the conversation we had about Philadelphia during that half hour or whatever he was on. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. It's Writer Radio. I'm just going to play Talking Heads like I usually do. Right? I love Talking Heads. I really, if you have not seen the Talking Heads concert film, Stop Making Sense, you should. And this is one of the featured songs in it. In fact, the title of the film comes from this song where he repeatedly, David Byrne repeatedly says, "Stop making sense. Stop making sense. Stop making sense." Da, 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 da. Girlfriend is Better is the name of the song. Listen to it. It's awesome. All right, I'm back. I mean, I was here the whole time, but I had to take a break, and then I got caught up in the music. The Hawksley Workman, that song is so good. I don't know why that's the one that I always go back to, because everything that I've ever heard from him is fantastic. He was great on the Tragically Hip Countdown podcast that I was on, and I've talked about this a couple times, but I was on it. They did a countdown. They're doing a countdown. It's 40 down to 1 of the favorite hip songs or whatever, and then I recorded it, I think, in November or December or something, and he's doing one a week. This guy, JD Duvra, is doing this countdown, and I was on it. My song was number 13. I did Fully Completely, and he wouldn't tell me when I'd be on because he's keeping it a secret correctly. They're down to the top 5 now. Number 5 just posted Monday. I have not listened to it yet, but I actually went back and wrote down a list of all the songs that have been mentioned in the top 40, and knowing the top 5 are still coming, I had 6 or 7 songs that I think might be in the top 5. I should find that list. I should do this actually, like, for real on the show. I don't know what's next. I know that Ahead by a Century hasn't happened yet. I know that I think Grace 2 is going to be number 1, and that hasn't happened yet. But I wrote down, this would be better if I was playing a song instead of trying to talk while looking it up. But I have a spreadsheet somewhere where I wrote down. So here's what happened on that show. The Tragically Hip Top 40 Countdown. I listened to a show at some point. So I watched the hip documentary that everyone should watch on Prime. So I think it's if I remember right, 3-part doc, maybe 4, but I think it's 3-part documentary called, I'm not going to remember the name. It doesn't matter. it's a no. God, I'm gonna screw it up. So whatever. There's a documentary about the hip on Amazon Prime, and it's absolutely incredible. If you love the hip, you'll love it. If you like the hip, you'll love it. If you've never heard of the hip, you'll love it. It's that good. So I finished watching that, and I was like, oh my God, who can I talk to about this? Somebody else has to have seen how amazing this 3 or 4 part doc is. And then I looked, and I'm like, hey, there's a podcast where they review this show. And then I listened to it, and during that podcast, they had a thing where he said, hey, I'm doing a countdown. If you would like to vote, you do this. And if you'd like to be a guest, do that. So I was like, yeah, I like the hip. I'll talk. I like to talk. And so I did this episode with him, with JD Douvra, where I had to talk about first just like my origin story with how I got into the band. And then I had to do, it was 10 minutes of one thing and 5 minutes of the other or something. But then I had to do 5 minutes on the song specifically. And then he wouldn't tell me when it was going to air, just nothing. It's like, I'll let you know like a week in advance when you're about to be on. And my song was number 13. And we're now at number 6 or 5, something like that. And Jer Hoyle, friend of the show, friend of me, lead singer and band leader of the Strictly Hip, which is keeping everything alive. Now the gourd is gone. He was a guest. And he was a guest. He told me he did the song Emperor Penguin, which I know he loves. I mean, whatever. He's a psycho hip guy, so he loves every song. But I know that, like, that was a really good fit for him. So I'm listening to the show, and, it's episode 22 or something, or we're at number 22 on the countdown or something, whatever number it was. And Hawksley Workman, who we just heard doing We Will Still Need a Song, he's the guest. And oh my God, he's awesome. Like, he's so interesting as an artist. And then to hear him just have a conversation about the hip, it's like, whoa, this is good. He does his thing, and the first part is just like, how'd you get into the hip and whatever. And then they play a song, and it's number 22 or whatever the number was. And the song was Emperor Penguin. And as excited as I was to hear Hawksley Workman talking for 15, 20 minutes about the hip, I was pissed because I know that Jer Hoyle, my friend Jer, already talked about Emperor Penguin. Like, what happened? So then I talked to Jer afterward, and he's like, yeah, they did that, and then we're going to do another one. And so he re-recorded. So Jer was on like last week or 2 weeks ago, and his episode was great too. But this is me recommending that you go listen to the Tragically Hip Top 40 Countdown podcast, because we're getting to the real stuff. I'm number 13. Actually, number 13, he did accidentally recorded 2 episodes for that same week, because we did it months ago. And so there are actually 2 different episodes about the song Fully Completely. Me and some dude from Tampa, who I think is originally from Buffalo. So, it was cool. It was fine. But they replaced Jer and then had Jer come on again, and that just aired 2 weeks ago or something like that. But it's a recommendation. Hawksley Workman is worth hearing, and then that podcast is also worth hearing. All right, I'm going to read from the chat. Warm Krispy Kreme donuts are so good. There are many times when I thought I would eat the whole dozen. Yeah. Next one. Not asking for a challenge, but how many hush puppies could you eat in 10 minutes? I don't know, man. This isn't... That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be a competitive eater. I'd prefer to lose weight. I was 262 when I got married in 2009. And briefly, I was below that. So I was happy about that. My max was, I was 308 once. That was gross. And I hate 282. I've been 282 multiple times. I hate that. I want to be like ideally, only 230. 230 would be awesome. That would be a good sponsor, like a Get Brad in Shape guy. So I would do it. If somebody wants to pay me to get in shape, shape is a strong term, but in better shape, that's a good sponsor. Like, I love having Brian Janik from the Financial Guys on board as a sponsor, but somebody that fixes my body, that'd be a good sponsor too. You know, like there's a part of me that's just like, I'll just get like vodka people to sponsor me, beer people to sponsor me. But like from a health standpoint, we should aim for better bread. We should aim for that. I'm 50. I should weigh less. I lost track of what I was trying to say. All right, just read the things. All right, Brad can be the new man versus food guy. No, let's go above that. Arbo, my man Arbo says, not asking for a challenge, but how many hush puppies could you eat in 10 minutes? I don't know. I ate 11, I think, while walking around the Mall of America. I thought, it seems to me that buying a box of hush puppies is the equivalent of showing up at somebody's house with a pizza. Like, nobody is going to be disappointed. Everybody's going to be happy. Like, oh, good, we have hush puppies. Let's go. I thought that. So after the pistachio challenge at the Mall of America, we then went to, well, the pistachio challenge was in the room. Then we went to the Mall of America. Then we went to lunch at a burger place that was good. It was fine. Nothing crazy, but it was good. Like, we had been there the last time we were in Minneapolis. Scott and I and Brian Wolf, who used to work for UB, who is now in Connecticut. He's been on the show once to talk about Billy Joel. Love Wolfie. We should get Wolfie on more. More Wolfie. Everyone loves Wolfie. So he's in Connecticut now. But we went and had lunch at some burger place. So we go to the Mall of America. Me, Scott, Jon Fuller, Ryan, who is John's assistant. John has an assistant because he's all hoity-toity. Ryan's just a regular guy. He works in the department. It's fine. We found this place again. Like, hey, there it is. Which is tough in a mall that is 5 stories high and no longer has like big stores. It's kind of sad. I think a lot about our mall problem in America because we all loved malls 30 years ago and they take up a lot of space. And now what? Like, what is that? What is that now? Think of the Galleria Mall. I hate when I say that. The Walden Galleria. We don't need it anymore, right? So what are we doing? There's a massive building structure and then a massive parking lot surrounding it. What are we doing with that? America. Like, what now? Congratulations, Amazon, on destroying that. But what are we doing with the space now? That's a topic for another day. That's a topic for every day. I think about that a lot. I think about the mall problem a lot. I like that instead of going to a store, I can just order something and it shows up the next day or 2 days later or something. I like that. But what has that led us into? Like, what are we doing with these spaces? The strip malls are doing fine, but like the actual mall, where there's a giant structure surrounded by parking lot. Like, what does that become? We don't need it anymore. Now what? It can't just be a baseball training facility, which is what's happening with some of the spots, like athletic, this and that. I don't know. We got to fix it. I don't know what my point was. All right, back to the chat here. Brian Janik is in the chat. Brian Janik said, Brad can be the new man versus food guy. And I said, the difference is that I'm reluctant. He's into it. I'm not. I just said things out loud, and Scott is forcing me to back them up. And then I said, everyone say hi to Brian Janik. He's sponsor number 1 of Writer Radio. The reason this show exists is Brian Janik from thefinancialguys.com. Go there. You'll find him there. But he'll hook you up. Insurance guy. Good dude. Brian Janik, the OG. Hawksley Workman is a lowest of the low opener or the hip. And I said, I don't know. I've never seen him live, but I need to. He's super cool. He was great live. I think it was opening for the low. J-Man says, I've seen him 4 times. He's amazing. Once opened for Gord solo. Other times he was the main act. J-Man says, bro, I like the Hush Puppies challenge. I don't need it. This is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to eat competitively. I'm trying to do a show. I want to watch football and talk to you. I want to watch football, movies, and then just talk about the stuff that I watch. That's what I don't want to eat 1,000 Hush Puppies or pistachios or donuts. I'm not trying to do that. Why are you making me do that? Y'all? What's up? Arbo's onto something. I'm home all day today in case you want to stop by with Hush Puppies. Malls are now used as a safe, fun place where local teens can hang out. What could go wrong? Yeah, right. It was bad when I was a kid. Early high school, that's what we would do. We would go to the mall and just walk the mall. Try to get phone numbers. That was the plan. We would walk the mall, look for phone numbers. That's how you met girls that didn't go to your high school. You go to the mall. It was awesome. It was super fun. It was great. That's how Bison's games work too. Those are the places where you and your 3 boys would just walk end to end of either the mall or the Bison's game and see how it worked out. And then that's how you found, a girl that went to Orchard Park or a girl that went to Frontier or whatever. That's how that went. I am sad for the loss of malls for the kids. They need that. But maybe they don't because everything's online. So Amazon takes care of us not needing to go to stores anymore. And then everything else takes care of kids not needing to go talk to people because you just go online and talk to people. All right. I have a text from Scott who says, Scott Wilson, you were absolutely in capitals bragging about the pistachios. No, I wasn't. Liar. This is bullshit, says Scott. It's 8 minutes. So yesterday there was a movement that the donut challenge, the Krispy Kreme donut challenge that I'm reluctantly walking right into on Saturday. 12 donuts, 12 minutes seems to make sense. Scott does not agree at all. He said, stop, in caps, blaming the nuts for your stomach when afterwards you had 11 Mall of America Long John Silver's Hush Puppies. That's true. That's true. I had the pistachios, then I had lunch, which was like a double cheeseburger with bacon and maybe jalapenos. I don't know. I might have to call in. He didn't call in. You don't have to call in. Don't call in. We've had enough of you, Scott Wilson. We have enough. We need to call on a Wednesday. Here on Mondays and Fridays. Knock it off. We also haven't considered The effects of a reversal of fortune leading to a cascade of vomit in the car from the rest of us. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to vomit. I'm not going to take it that far. I don't believe in myself enough, or I'm not like, I don't believe in this position, this stance that I can eat 12 Krispy Kreme donuts in 8 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever it ends up being. I don't believe in it enough that I'm going to get to the vomit point. I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, I can't do it anymore, and I'll stop. And then John will make fun of me, and Scott will make fun of me, and maybe even Paul will make fun of me. But it's not. I'm not going to vomit in your van. We'll be fine. He just wrote again. You have to take it to the limit. Shut up, Scott. That's enough. That's enough, Scott Wilson, for today. You want me to vomit, Scott? You want that? You want the reversal of fortune leading to a cascade of vomit in the car? Is that what you're asking for? I'm talking to a text message, but I'm also talking to Scott. And he's probably like 30 seconds behind because, there's a lag with a live stream. All right, back to the text. Malls are now... No, we did that. Promise if you fail this challenge, you walk away from food challenges. It's... I don't know how to respond to that. Because I'm not treating it as a challenge. Exactly. I'm treating it as, I don't know. That seems like something I could maybe do. Like I'm casually interested. And then I'm locked into this contest that I've created for myself. So I don't know how to answer that. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't plan to be in a food challenge ever. There are things I could do, like, I don't know. Challenges, I'm in. Food challenge, I'm not. I find most of them just gross. But when Scott brought up all the things, right after the 4th of July, Scott brought up all of these, like, IFOS challenges. International Federation of Competitive Eating. And some of them sounded reasonable. And that's all I said, is that it sounded reasonable and not crazy. And now I have to do them, and this sucks. And they're like, you should get out of the game. Yeah, I want out of the game. You're right. You're right, largemouth bass. If I fail this challenge, I walk away from food challenges. That'd be great. I don't think I'm going to eat 12 donuts. I think I'm going to eat 9 donuts and feel like garbage for the rest of the day. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm not talking trash. I'm not saying I can do it. I'm just willing to try stuff. I'm willing to try it. That's not good enough for you people? For Scott? I want you to eat a dozen donuts in 8 minutes, says Scott by text, and then sends me a video of... It's from Team America World Police. The guy just throwing up like crazy. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying it doesn't seem crazy. Again, with Krispy Kreme specifically, the first 2 will be delicious. I can't wait for that first one. The second one is like, yeah, chasing the dragon. Here we go. Let's go. Like, that'll be done immediately. The rest of it, I mean, it's a big box. It's the same box you would get a dress shirt in at AM&A's in 1981. That's what they come in. They come in a box like that. That's too many donuts for one person. But I'll try it. But I'm not, like, psycho about it. I'm not throwing up in your van, man. 9 is a lot. I would be proud of you if you get 6 in. Krispy Kreme is like flavored air. This is a cakewalk. Right, that's what I'm saying. It just seems that way. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm going to play a song. It's Writer Radio. Thank you for listening. Thanks to Brian Janik for being our first sponsor. Brian Janik, thefinancialguys.com is where you'll find him. good dude who helps you and doesn't charge you for anything. So, yeah, it's a good idea. Ben Folds, Saskia Hamilton, yes. All right, that, and then we're back. It's Writer Radio, episode 163, which would be the extra game. If we were tied with someone in our division in Major League Baseball, we'd have to play a 163rd game to figure out who goes to the playoffs. That's today. That break was longer than I intended because Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars ended, and I was not ready to start talking. I just wasn't there yet. So I just hit New York City, NYC by Steve Earle to get us, give myself like 3 extra minutes. All right, the chat. We're going to read the chat. So the last thing I read from the chat was Krispy Kreme is like flavored air. This is a cakewalk or a donut walk. Next guy was Arbo. Arbo comes in heavy. F that. 12 or fail. And then it also says Scott is a bad influence. That's correct. Then Jay Miller is like Bruno Mars. So I there's one Bruno Mars song that I love, and it's Runaway Baby, which I just played. I love that song. Jay Miller is like, Bruno Mars, I've had enough of him. Seems like the kid we put into lockers in high school that went to college with some frosted tips is now somehow popular. And I said, that song, though, is so fun. I don't love everything by him, but he's the best live performer you can get at an award show. And that's true. Like, I discovered Bruno Mars from him being on, like, the Grammys or the MTV Awards or the Oscars or whatever. It was, like, 3 times. I'm like, what's Bruno Mars? I don't know. But he's out there in, like, a gold suit and there are horns, and it was awesome. And specifically, the thing you should watch, if you are on the fence about Bruno Mars, you probably don't care about Bruno Mars, but the performance that he gave with his band on a show called The X Factor, which is British, and it's Simon Cowell of American Idol fame. He's the guy, but The X Factor in England is the show to watch for this performance of Runaway Baby. It's unbelievably awesome. It's up there with my favorite live music performance of all time on television is Sturgill Simpson on SNL. That's another, you know what? I'm going to find that and just play it. Like, that'll end the show today. It's better if you watch it, but it's still good if you just listen to it. Sturgill. How do you spell Sturgill? There we go. Sturgill Simpson, SNL. Call to Arms. Yes. That's the one right there. All right. So we'll end the show with that. All right. That's waiting for us. Runaway Baby on the X Factor is up there. It's not the same as the Sturgill Simpson thing I'm going to play, but it's good. It's really fun and like energetic and just get your blood flowing, man. You know, it's like that kind of deal. That's what I tried to say. Sorry. All right. Text from Scott. So Scott's being a jerk. Stupid Scott. So he sent the video of the vomiting guy. This is all related to the Krispy Kreme challenge that I have to do on Saturday. I'm only a couple days away from having to do this. 3 days from now, I'll be in a van or an SUV with Jon Fuller, Paul Peck, Scott Wilson, and possibly my son Nate. Nate just wants to go to Dick Stadium and watch the Bulls play Kent State. His friend is going to the game. That's the whole thing. His friend from school is going to watch the Bulls play at Kent, and now he wants to go. He's like, can I go with you? Well, we got to talk to Mr. Fuller. Mr. Fuller's in charge of this. And depending on our vehicle, he might go. And he's 11, so he's responsible. Like he's cool. So he's good enough that I could let him like just go wander Dick Stadium. Be like, yeah, when the game ends, come back up here. and he'll be fine. So I'm going to try to take him. It would be very cool. I'm also super excited that I have a son who wants to go watch a MAC football game in Kent, Ohio, and is willing to sit in the car for, 7 hours total back and forth and witness the donut thing. I'm happy about that. So I hope it works. All right. So Scott, who we don't like Scott very much because he's a jerk. Scott sends a video of a guy vomiting profusely in Team America World Police. I have to clear my throat. Hold on. Let me clear my throat. We're back. All right. So he writes, after sending the video of the guy throwing up, he writes, "You start to puke, then Paul sees it and gets queasy and upchucks. Then I start laughing at you and Paul puking. And so then I blow chunks with some splashing on the steering wheel, then leading to John losing his lunch." That's not a good plan. I said, then we crash and die, and there's no game on the bet 15-20. And Scott replied, waking up from the medically induced coma and saying, "The last thing I remember is bread on donut 8. All right, that's what we got. Back to the chat thing. Jay Miller said, "My Chemical Romance is the best I've seen live." That's interesting. I've seen a lot of bands. I've not seen My Chemical Romance. When I was a young boy. The song about the parade, that's a good song. I like that song. Wanted to see Hardy. Go see Hardy. My wife says a 40-year-old man with 5 kids should not go see Hardy. I don't know what that is. It's Hardy. Wanted to go see Hardy. My wife says a 40-year-old man with 5 kids should not go see Hardy. LOL. I'm a 50-year-old man. I don't know what Hardy is. Sorry, Jay Miller. I'm out. I'm out on that. Oh, it's 12:01. I'm done? Cool. I'm going to play the Sturgill Simpson live on SNL thing. This is by a lot. I don't know. It's up there. This is my favorite live television music performance of all time. I will say that LCD Sound System doing Call the Police on SNL was also up there. But this one is just the best. And you want to watch the video. So it's Sturgill Simpson is the artist. The song is called Call to Arms. And the video that I've got right here, it says Sturgill Simpson Call to Arms live on SNL. This is the best. I want you to like it. I'm done for today. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 to noon. Thanks to Brian Janik from thefinancialguys.com for being the first ever sponsor of Writer Radio. We're going to add more, but right now, Brian Janik is the most important person in our lives. He's good. He's a good dude anyway. But he's our first sponsor. We love you, Brian Janik. I also love Sturgill Simpson and this performance because, my God, it's electric. This portion of Writer Radio has been deleted for the podcast version. If you want to hear everything that happens, listen live weekdays 10 to noon at writerradio.com. Hey, a little reward for anyone who's stuck around, still listening live. The NFL has announced that Josh Allen is the Offensive Player of the Week. To which I would reply, no shit. Derrick Henry had it locked up until he fumbled. He killed the Bills. He beat them. And then he fumbled the ball, and then you gave the ball to Josh Allen, and now you're screwed. So, yeah, he's the Player of the Week. Offensive Player of the Week, 16th time in his career. He's been named Player of the Week, extending his franchise record. In his performance against the Ravens, he became the first player in NFL history to have 250 plus passing yards and 2 plus rushing touchdowns in a single quarter of any single game. His 251 fourth quarter passing yards marked the most by a quarterback in a win since 1996. Boomer Esiason had 252 at Washington. He recorded his third career game with 350 plus passing yards, 2 plus passing TDs, and 2 plus rushing TDs, which marks the most such games in NFL history. He established a franchise record with 67 career rushing touchdowns, surpassing Thurman effing Thomas, who had 65. Thurman's in the Hall of Fame, rightfully so. He was amazing. Josh Allen's better at running than Thurman was. Also, he throws. Please respect this man and appreciate what is going on in Western New York right now. We have Josh Allen as our quarterback. It's unbelievable.
What are you doing for lunch?
I don't know. I have a turkey sandwich.
We're gonna go around the corner. I think you should come with us. This is a great place.
Okay.
We brought you a shirt.
You get out of here? Will you get out of here? Will you? Now, will you go to lunch? Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?